it's Dawn, the Self Esteem Queen, and I am coming to you live from my home office because I wanted to answer a couple of questions that I just received on Facebook. The reason why I want to answer some questions now by video is because I receive so many questions on a daily basis that myself and my team, we can't answer them all, and a lot of them are the same question. So what I'm going to start doing is answering your questions live. That way, it's better than in writing, and plus I'm lazy and I write enough already, so I don't feel like doing all that. Anyway, the first question is about my life as, I guess, a gay Christian. The question is, how did you get to a point where you were able to say, I'm gay, I'm a child of God, and I'm going to do what He wants me to do regardless of what others may say, think, feel? So to answer that question, I've pretty much always felt that way. I mean, my personal decision to not express to people that I chose women over men and my own sexual preference was just a personal thing. I mean, in the line of work that I do, it's not really anybody's business. So I don't really talk about my personal life to people outside of my immediate family, so I didn't really feel the need for people to really know about my life. However, I also am the type of person that has read my Bible. I had theology in college. It was actually one of my majors. And I just don't believe that the God that I've been taught to believe is knowing, all loving, and, all loving, unconditional loving. I don't believe that that is the type of person that will condemn me because of my life circumstances that have caused me to be gay. So I've always been outspoken. I've always pretty much been the type of person, I don't care what people think about me, because other people's personal opinion of me is just that, their personal opinion. And other people's personal opinion is not my business. God's opinion of me, that's my business. Am I serving the Lord every day? Yes. Does my sexual preference matter? No. I know a lot of people who are heterosexual and they're going through some very tumultuous times. I don't think that their first concern should be about what I'm doing in my private time. So I think that answers that question. See, the next question has to do with the radio show that I did yesterday. So for those of you that don't know, I have SEQ Radio now on Blog Talk Radio on Sundays at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard, 6 p.m. Eastern. And Blog Talk Radio for me is a platform for SEQ Radio, which is a place where we just tell the truth about a number of different things. And this past Sunday, my mother and I had the chance to tell the truth about how I became the self-esteem queen, from a child prostitute to an escort, to being homeless, to being suicidal and depressed, to becoming who I am today. And so the question says, I was wondering, how do you go about forgiving others, especially if it's not someone you necessarily talk to anymore? Is that more or less a mind thing, or do you have to physically tell the person you forgive them? Well, I talk about this a lot because forgiveness is something that I talk to a lot of different people about on a lot of different levels. I life coach people on forgiveness. I talk to groups at colleges and high schools and corporations on forgiveness. And I think that what people need to understand is forgiveness is something that first starts with self and then starts with others. So what you have to realize is that you don't owe anybody an explanation for anything that's happened in your life. I mean, if you've done something traumatic to someone, it's great for you to apologize, but don't apologize to someone with the expectation of them acting a certain way, because that's a very conditional apology, and that's not the way apologies are supposed to go. You don't always necessarily have to tell someone you're sorry. I mean, some people won't accept it. We're not all at the same place. There are a lot of people who, used to love the SEQ and don't love her anymore. And I'm sorry. But I don't go to each one personally and tell them that I'm sorry. I forgive myself for whatever injustice I've done to other people, or whatever they've perceived to be an injustice, because perception is everything. And then I move on, because I don't have time to dwell on whether somebody forgives me or not. I forgive myself. God forgives me. That's the only chain of command hierarchy that I'm concerned with. I'm not concerned with if people forgive me for things I've done to them, or that they've perceived that I've done to them. Again, perception is everything. my mother and I spent a lot of time, forgiving ourselves for how we treated ourselves and then how we treated each other. And that's the reason why we're at the point that we're at today. So that's enough for my question and answer session. Happy Tuesday, everybody, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Check me out at selfesteemqueen.com. If you are on Twitter, you can check me out at twitter.com/selfesteemqueen. And if you are on Facebook, you are more than welcome to check me out there at facebook.com/Dawn the SEQ. Have a great day.